Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is September the 4th, 2017, Labor Day in Canada and the United States. Have a strong hand, people. Yeah, that's what today's been all about. And think long term. Don't be a short term panic type of person. So remember, check out the notes section below. Always important links down there. cryptohwwallet.com. Get your Trezor, Ledger Nano, digital Bitbox, all that good storage device. Your leather case. I have one of those right here with me. I'll show you in a second. Use the affiliate link of mine to get some discounts. This shirt that I'm wearing, you can get at Cryptography, you get a 10% discount with the Meister code, all sorts of discounts below. So check that out if you want to support the show. I appreciate it. Also, thank you to the people who've sent Litecoin lately. Yes, multiple people have sent me Litecoin. My Litecoin address and other addresses of mine are also below. All right. So, all right, we got a lot of people panicking about Bitcoin. It's going to go below $4,000. It might already be below $4,000. So let's go over what happened today, first of all, and explain the logic behind everything. Here's that leather case. All right. And remember, don't copy other people. Make them copy you. What do we have here? Yeah, remember to follow me at TechBalt, TECHBALT, on Twitter, TECHBALT. And yeah, I do want to correct, it is Labor Day in Canada also. I was wrong yesterday. I didn't even realize that today was going to be Labor Day in Canada. I thought, no, it's only in the US. But no, I wasn't even paying attention. And they had like barbecues today and stuff. And all right, so yeah, I enjoy Bitcoin days like this. When China speaks, so China spoke, they said they're getting rid of ICOs. ICOs are illegal. So all of these people all of a sudden start to sell everything because China speaks. We've been through this before. So if you're one of those people who are like, oh, China just said something, better sell. Take a step back, dude. You're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. You're acting like a short-term thinker. You're going with the crowd. You're copying others. So we really learn a lot on days like this. I mean, it really does sort out the weak hands here. What China did has nothing to do with Bitcoin at all. At all. They're talking about ICOs. It's good for Bitcoin, really, in the long run. And so I link below to a tweet from Whale Panda. And I think it sums up stuff that's going on today. For the people that have only been around for a couple of weeks, welcome to crypto. This happens more often than you would think. So again, we have a bunch of new people like going, oh, why is it dropping so much? Why is every cryptocurrency dropping so? God, this happens. People are overreacting to China ICO announcement. And one of the things that you might notice is that Bitcoin isn't as falling as quick as these other ones because people are selling these other ones. What do they sell for? They sell for Bitcoin. So that's keeping it propped up a little bit. But no, people are selling Bitcoin too. All sorts of people are buying into. All the speculators want you to panic because they're going to buy back that Bitcoin because they know it's going to be up to $5,000 soon enough. Why not get it under $4,000? Why not? But while the crowds are just like, I got to get it out of this. I got to get back in the fiat. Oh my God, I have no strategy whatsoever. Guys, long term, if you're like me, you sit back, you relax, and you're laughing. You're laughing at all this because you've seen it 50 other times. You're thinking about the year 2020. You're just a holder. It's easy to be a holder. Look at the stress-free lifestyle we have. Pound that like button, people, if you like to have a stress-free Bitcoin holding lifestyle. So anyway, we've been through this. When China makes any type of announcement, people panic. People panic. I mean, it's just this built-in thing, the cryptocurrency. China announcement, panic, sell. And then what happens in the long run? It goes back up again. Bitcoin does, at least. Now, you know, I mean, I can't, these ICOs, I'm not going to, most of them are jokes anyway. So if you lost a lot of money on ICOs today, well, too bad. I mean, you should have known it. You should have been, why were you even into this? You didn't even know what the ICOs were that you were buying in the first place. I mean, you're just buying blindly into trends. And that's, I mean, that's what people do. The 80%, that's what they do. And we'll get back to, you know, what's going on in Korea. That's all that's going on in Korea now. They're just buying cryptocurrencies blindly. And there's some smart people in Korea. It's just the effect of their crowd. People just follow. They're greedy. All right. So yes, here's the tweet from CN Ledger. This is linked to below also. People's Bank of China bans ICO. From now on, no organizations, persons in China are allowed to raise funds via ICOs. Okay, there you go. People panic. And then everyone gets newbie syndrome. Newbie syndrome is just like when you don't know what the heck's going on and you completely panic and you haven't lived through this before. So Andy Hoffman has a great post on Steemit. It's also a very positive one. Chinese ICO ban, the most bullish imaginable event for Bitcoin. Read it. It's good. Andy's smart. Hold on, baby. Think long term. Don't be a short-term thinker. That's what today is all about. That's why I like days like this. And remember, you can email me at adam@tresorhelp.com if you want a crypto consultation. If you want, you know, help becoming more of a long-term thinker. I mean, if you panic sold today, if you lost a lot of money today, you probably need to talk to me. You need a consultation. We don't need it, but it's advisable. And if you need help setting up your Trezor, just want to be a happier, healthier person, email me, adam@tresorhelp.com. We can set this up. So yeah, there's a big price drop today. It's pumping me up, baby. Because again, I just see it as a blip in the road. Yeah, I talked about all right. Tor Demeester posts on Twitter. In 48 hours, altcoins/ICOs lost $23 billion in market cap, a drop of 24%. Whoa, that is amazing. Just based on China talking about ICOs. I mean, that's a little bit of an overreaction there. I mean, but this is how, I mean, maybe the ICO bubble was popped. I don't know. Maybe this is, all the other countries are now going to start saying bad things about I wouldn't want to be in ICOs at this moment. I'll tell you that. But I definitely want to be in Bitcoin. This is a moment where Bitcoin should be, everyone should be really happy. If you're a long-term thinker, if you were some guy that was just like in it for a week and, you know, bought at 5,000 and then you just sold at 4,200, that was foolish. You panicked. You shouldn't have done that. I mean, what are you thinking? This is a long-term type of thing. Bitcoin is a long-term thing. It isn't. It's for people with strong, and you gotta have a strong hand in this business, people. So many newbies. You know, I didn't link to this, but Vinny Lingham had a poll, like how long, when did you buy your first Bitcoin? And only like 18% of the people said 2013 or earlier. That's when I bought my first one, 2013 or earlier. And most people hadn't been around, I think, over 50. I mean, so many were newbies. They're just not used to thinking long-term and having a strong hand and going through this. And I know a lot of people, I'm saying strong hand a million times, just to remind some people in here today, have a strong, and it's funny when Vinny, also when he tweets out some of this stuff that talks about long-term versus short-term, you'll see all these replies from new people saying, yeah, I've been in for 7 weeks. I mean, it's shocking. And then they say kind of, how do I put this, naive things. It's somewhat embarrassing almost. They're talking to Vinny Lingham. They're saying these things to this a very smart man who's been in this through a long time. I mean, you can say what you want. It's a free world, but it's naive, some of the things that are being said out there, and embarrassing in a sense. So our South Korean correspondent, I sent him an article that just came out today after the Chinese announcement or around the same time. And it talks about South Korea regulating this digital market a little bit more. You know, yesterday I read about how things are going crazy in Korea. People just blindly buying up all sorts of things in South Korea. Well, now there's an article. So everyone, I'm sure other people are talking about this article, and I linked to the article below saying, oh, well, now Korea is going to get stricter and things won't be as crazy. Well, here we go. This is what's really going on. I will read from my source in Korea on the ground. For now, and so, yeah, I'm not going to read his part 2 of his email from yesterday. I'm going to read this, which I guess is part 3. We'll do part 2 tomorrow because this is pertinent. Okay, for now, recent announcement by local financial authorities should do little to dampen the speculative nature of the local crypto market. As long as prices go up and there is enough volatility, I don't see any material changes in the medium term. And as you mentioned, it won't stop Koreans from not controlling their private keys. So again, the Korean government is trying to regulate things, but that's not stopping these people from doing the insane thing of keeping all their Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies on exchanges. Don't do that, people. Okay, it is a bit overhyped because this is really the first time that a government authority has come out and announced it will actually do something. We've been waiting for quite some time now, but as expected, the Korean government has been very hesitant to make any concrete moves, in large part because Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are difficult to comprehend. If you look at the details, it is no big deal, really. Crackdown on ICOs is unsurprising and positive move, and something we as in the global Bitcoin community really all anticipated to some extent. As for authentication, most investors use local exchanges to buy and sell whole Bitcoins. In Korea, if you want to register with an exchange, online community, forum, online shopping sites, etc., one has to submit their private information, including your personal ID number. So for the most part, Koreans, these actions mean very little. All right. However, there are individuals or groups of people that use cryptocurrencies for foreign remittances, which is a bit of a gray area. There are also scammers that I mentioned previously. These are the people areas that the government is attempting to track. All right. So by the way, Koreans, and thank you for that. Koreans, based on what we learned yesterday, seem like newbies here in the USA. In the Western world, they make the same mistakes. So review yesterday's video to see what these mistakes are. One of the prominent ones is just not keeping your coins on an exchange. So pound that like button if you like foreign insight that this channel gives you. And remember, if you're in the chat, super chat people. All right. So the GBTC fund is down to $800. And that is a sign that people think this ETF is going to be approved. Because if the ETF, an ETF is going to be approved, if an ETF is approved, people are going to get out of the GBTC fund. But as was talked about on This Week in Bitcoin show, you guys should check it out by Ari Paul, was a great guest. Barry Silbert, he's in charge of this GBTC fund. He's also going to be, he'll have a ETF one day also. So he wins both ways. If his GBTC, fails, he gets into this. All right. What do we have here? I mentioned the super chat is always nice to do if you want to do fiat. Oh yeah, Martin Davidson down in Melbourne, Australia. He was on the show he was on This Week in Bitcoin when I was down there. He said they had over 200 people at an event last night in Australia. And this just and that's great. It's growing in Australia. I am just reminded how lucky I am to have Bitcoin friends and contacts on every continent other than Antarctica on this planet. And I can call on them at any time for great and unique information that I share with all of you here, and whether it be Zimbabwe, South Korea, Venezuela, Canada, Cyprus, Ireland, Israel, Australia, more and more. The guys in these countries, they really make this show amazing. and they make it great and they make it unique. And I love knowing these people all over the world, and they really contribute something to this show and have inspired me in many ways and have really helped me as a Bitcoin holder and just as a Bitcoin promoter and as someone who knows a lot about cryptocurrency. So thank you guys. And on this day, when we have so much insanity in the market and so much short-term thinking, I remember this post, this comment that was left on a video of mine back in February when Pascal coin, do you guys remember that? When there was this huge pump in Pascal coin. And I said it was like gambling. I don't know what else I said, but this guy did not like what I said. And this is what he said. And this did not age very well. I invest into Pascal and have done quite well. I am extremely insulted by your BS rant about people who invest into Pascal are guys who shoot each other and gamble away their life savings. I think you need to take a lesson in how to invest 101. For starters, you're pushing your subs into Litecoin without declaring it as a several-year low. Lowest it has ever been. And by the way, yeah, Litecoin was about $3 or $4 at this time when I was telling people it was a good speculation, and this dude was saying Pascal coin was great. And the demand is nil. The only volume it has is people selling. To include the only time it pumped in price in the past few years was swiftly met with a sudden dump into oblivion. Before you run your mouth about what Pascal is and the type of people who invest into it, you probably should get off your butt, he didn't say butt, and stop running at the mouth and do your homework. All right, so this is hilarious. This is what all the altcoin people always tell me. Do your homework, Adam. Do your homework, Adam. Well, again, back then in February, Bitcoin, what was Bitcoin? And I was telling people to buy and hold. It was like $1,000. And Litecoin, I mean, again, Litecoin, I wasn't telling people to buy. I said, if you want to be speculative, Litecoin is a good speculation. It isn't a crazy altcoin that's the flavor of the month, like this Pascal coin, Insanity, or Neo, which today had a huge drop because of the Chinese news. I mean, again, people tell me you got to read the white paper, these things. So again, this guy is just one of many short-term thinkers that I have to deal with, that we all have to deal with all the time. They repeat the same thing over and over again. My coin is different. You have to research my coin. Your buy and hold thing, you don't know how to trade because you're just conservative. You're just saying buy and hold. And by the way, the people who read between the lines, because I don't say how much I own of what and what's happened to me, but everyone, you know, I'm in a different realm than I was back then because I bought and hold Bitcoin. A different realm financially. And that makes me smile quite a bit because I did a simple thing called buying and holding instead of playing these weird games with these strange coins. And again, this dude is just one of the many short-term thinkers in the 80%. I urge you people not to be that guy. It doesn't age well, and that's only from February. On a day like this, you can't get caught up in the short-term thinking disease. You gotta think long-term. And finally, I want to say, not only do you have to, you know, financially think logically long-term, but physically you have to think long-term too if you want to be an overall healthy person. And in order to make good financial decisions, you have to be healthy also. So pound that like button before I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But many people who are familiar with my Ask Me Anythings, and I'm not doing anymore because they're terrible. I talk about a healthy lifestyle, and I live a very healthy lifestyle. And I just want to urge everyone out there. I did my sprints today. I ran 4 miles today, and just be positive. Do things like that. You know, get on a schedule, lift weights. Someone said, I just saw in the chat, someone said something about the gym. I've got the chat in the corner of my eyes there, looking for that super chat. Nobody gave me the super chat today. But anyway, my sprints, I do sprints once a week. What is the name of that? Interval training. Look up interval training. Can I get a shout out? B-Ruck said. Yeah, B-Ruck, you can get a shout out. But yeah, interval training, look it up. That's one simple, you don't have to run 20 miles a week like I do. Actually, interval training is probably, doing interval training twice a week, it might be better than running 20 miles a week. It might be. But it involves sprinting 10 times in a row or 8 times in a row. I do it 11 times in a row, as hard as you can for at least 70 yards. So you do feel it. You know you've done it right when you can't do another one. And this is the type of thing I want people to get into, because this, for me, this whole thing is a lifestyle. People ask me, well, Adam, how do you travel around the world? How do you afford this? Because I don't buy insane things. I save, I buy and hold. I live a healthy lifestyle. I think long-term, so I plan it out so I won't have to work for someone else. Okay, so that's it. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below. I post a new video here every day. And someone at the very end gave $5 Canadian. Mac, your country of Canada, has been very, very good to me. It's a little different here in Quebec than it was in British Columbia. British Columbia is a lot more like America. But hey, it's unique here in Quebec. Thank you. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.